years now, almost 7 years now. I started this business as a single mom. I was a single mom of one. He was just standing at the door, but he's gone. He's 13 right now. It's crazy because we just got his test scores on yesterday, which it just solidifies why I said yes to this company. I said yes because my son, he was in private school, and I was struggling to pay for it, even with a master's degree and a master's level position. And it was important to keep him in the school, and I was kind of at a crossroad where it was like, okay, you figure out the money or he's going to have to go to public school. And my son, he just thinks differently and he learns differently, and he would have been labeled a behavior kid if I would not have kept him in private school because of the way that he thinks and learns. And so as of right now, he is 13 and he is halfway through his junior year in high school. And so he will graduate within the next 2 years. And it's so important. So my why was really big when I started this company, but I was broke and I needed money to be able to do all the things that a single parent needs to do. And so I'm just so glad that this business came to me when it did. I will tell you guys now, I am married. I've been married to my husband for almost 6 years, been with him over 12, and we have 3 boys. Trey, who's 13. We have a 2.5-year-old, Zayden. Oh yes, my little fire. That was my rainbow baby. This business, we struggled with some infertility, and it was really important for me to conceive. Like Sugar, our dog, came in the midst of that during my infertility time, was able to go buy a dog, went and flew to Texas, and I lived about 15 minutes from St. Louis to go get that dog. And then we have a bonus baby who is 7 months old, and Zaire, that's just our little gift that God gave us. And so we have 3 kids. My husband came home full time about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, he was able to walk off his corporate job and come home full-time. We've been a full-time family since then because of this business. And so if you're here just for some extra income, hold on. Like, just hold on, because you will get way more than you signed up for, but you can't quit. And that's one of the biggest things. People say people don't start things with the intention to quit, but because of the things that come on us and things that bear us down, because that's what happens, right? What are you going to do when you break? Ooh, that is good. If you think for 1 second that you're not going to break in this business, you're wrong. And I'm excited because some of y'all just started and y'all on a high, like, oh, this is fun, like, get it, yes, it is fun, it's so much fun. But eventually it won't be fun. You remember your first time you went to a workout class and you was like, oh, especially Zumba. Anybody? Oh, I know we got Michelle. She actually teaches it. Y'all, Michelle, I love her name. She teaches Zumba, y'all. And she does Zumba classes on like on Zoom. So if you guys are ever interested in that, let her know. But Zumba may be fun the first time, but you get sore after a few Zumbas. You'd be like, I'm not Zumbaing today. Like, my body hurting, you know? But you keep going regardless. So even on the days that it's not fun, you keep showing up and you'll see fun in it. You will. As long as you're looking for fun, you will get it. If you're looking for something bad, you will get it. So just be mindful that what your perspective and what you're looking for, you always have to focus forward. Always focus forward. Always focus on the positive. Always lead this business and life, but lead this business with a cup half full. Don't allow your cup to be half empty. Even when it's half empty, look at it as if it's half full, and I bet you it'll fill up. Your perspective is everything. And if there's anybody that's surrounding you that is making you look at your business, your life, anything as half empty, they gotta go. Period. Okay? They gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. First, before we get started on what we're gonna talk about today, I have to take a moment and congratulate Christina. She went executive. Everybody give Christina a shout out in the comments. Christina went executive today. I just remember right now when I met her. I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you guys again. St. Louis area, what's up? But man, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And you know what? In this moment, I want you to give everybody just a 2-minute juice about how what I just said, how you had places where you wanted to break. And just be real, because in the beginning, this business is so much fun. It is, and it's going to continue to be fun, but you have to focus your mind forward. And there were times where you was like, I know you're younger because I'm older. Help, Jesus. Don't even, Victoria, straighten out. Listen, I'm hip. Y'all better stop playing with me. But like, I know that you have kids and you have life, and it was just like, I don't even sign up for this. Like, I could just walk away, but because you didn't, you just got your first promotion, and I'm so proud of you. So I'm gonna unmute you. I know this is on the spot, but give us just why you decided to keep going and how excited you are to move past, that you've moved past your uncertainties and where you're going now. All right, I just unmuted you.
Hi, y'all. I'm so excited. I had got my promotion. I have been like in and out, just dealing with my feelings. I was all in my feelings when I first started. I'm like, Victoria was my enroller, and me and her are like, we're really good friends. So I was like, girl, I ain't doing this business. You go ahead, you show me like what it is, and then I'll come along. And that's exactly what happened. I had lost my job when I started this business, and I was like, I'm all in. Now, there was times I was like, I wanted to give up. I was angry. I was like, this is just not working for me. I need to go back to work. And for me, I knew that I just sat down one day. I'm like, girl, you do not want to go back to work. You do not want to go sit back at somebody else's job, and you want to be home with your kids. And I had to really figure out what was my why, like what was my deep why. And it was more than just I wanted to be home with my kids. Like, why do you want to be home with your kids? Like, I didn't want to miss any more of the little moments that was going on with them. And I missed a lot because I had a baby young. I was in high school, and I just missed a lot. And for me, I knew I could do more in the business than just I was being inconsistently consistent, if that makes sense. So I had to just like push through all my feelings, and just like my husband, he supports me 100%. And he joined the business. He's like, you know what? We gonna do it. Let's just do it. And that's just what happened. And I just pray. I really had to get in. God had to put me in check. He had to put me in check because he was like, Christina, you know why you ain't been talking to me? Why you ain't been hitting me up? And when I had to like really just like, hey, you know, I've been tripping. So he had to sit me down, and I had got my promotion early this morning. I was like, okay. I was up just talking to him. I'm like, you know, I need this and I want this and you want this for me. So let's get it. And that's what happened.
That is so good. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing that. And congratulations again. So amazing, guys. Like early on in the month, that's what I'm talking about. And I got 2 people who are on here right now who can lock in a promotion at any moment because they are killing it. So being commission qualified, that's step 1. We do that on the first. If you can't do it on the first, or if you haven't, I'm going to take that back because there is no such thing as can't. So if you're not commission qualified on the first, 15th is like lock it in because we get paid from this business and you want to go ahead and invest and make sure you're commission qualified. But you can always be commission qualified based on loyal customers. So the first month you sign, It Works gives you a freebie and says, hey, here's a free check. So you're commission qualified the month that you sign. And then from there, you're commission qualified. I don't even like to talk about this way, but I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I didn't tell you guys. You can be commission qualified by loyal customers by having 150 in personal bonus volume. And that is your personal orders and your personal loyal customers that you keep underneath you, or running the auto ship. And I don't live my business up to uncertainty. I don't live my business up to chance. I always tell people, like, if a customer was to cancel, would I not get paid? No, I'm not going to leave that up to chance. I'm always run my auto ship, plus I need my products. Okay, help Jesus. Because listen, I already done had my coffee this morning. Amen. Anybody else? Yes, I see you, Javon, girl. Yes, had that coffee, baby. Yes, girl. So yes, congratulations. So today you can promote, and especially if you're going fast. So like me, I'm going triple diamond 2.0. So I have to go double and triple because I've never been double before, but I like to go, you know, I just like to take the lid off. So there's promotions that will happen along the way. So if you decide I'm going Ruby this month, first is executive, and then you'll go Ruby. Well, Rachel, I want to know more about this. Y'all, we're going to be self-sufficient and know that in the Launchpad, there is actual video that talks about going Ruby in the extra sauce. So if you have not gotten to the extra sauce, take the time and do it. If you are not doing the Launchpad, okay, let's talk about that. If you're not doing the Launchpad, Today, I'm going to give you permission to forgive yourself and go back and actually do it. So when it says set the party, you don't get to skip over that part. Do the party, okay? The party is 15 minutes. Your enroller will do it, or somebody will help you with it. You're never alone in this business, y'all. Never. If you ever feel like you're alone, it's because you're isolating yourself. That was a word for somebody. If you ever feel, especially on this team, if you ever feel alone, you are isolating yourself. Okay? So come and jump into it and get a part of this juice. And know we're crazy, but just pray for us because we're getting it together, okay? So let's talk about, today we're going to talk about organization, habits, and systems, okay? And I want you guys to hit the comments up hard. Hit the comments. Everything that comes to mind that is not clear, go in the comments. Drop it in the comments. So we're talking about organization, habits, and systems. Number one, if you do not have an hourly calendar, today, you're going to get one, or you're going to order one. You're going to ask, if you don't have the money, you're going to ask your mama. You're going to ask somebody, and you're going to get you a calendar today. You can go to Target with your mask and gloves, okay, to be safe out these streets. And get you, Target is the only place that has them outside of, like work ones. And actually, I haven't seen any work ones in a while. Target is the only one that has hourly calendars in person that I've seen. And if somebody else has seen them, please tell us. But Target is a place where you can get an hourly one. Why do I need to tell my time where to go? Because if you don't tell your time where to go, where does it go? I mean, that's a real question. If you don't tell your time where to go, where does it go? God knows. I mean, I'm sure we could sit here and now we'd be trying to figure it out. Where does my time go? But if you tell your time where to go, you're in control of your day, you're in control of your life. And so I want to help you. And you're like, I didn't sign up for that. I just want to make some money. I'm telling you, it's a part of making money, okay? You got to get your whole life together, and we're going to help you with this. And I'm telling you what, if you keep showing up, it's not going to just help your business. It's going to help your life. You're going to come out of this a better person than you were when you first signed up. And I know it because I didn't sign up for that neither. But I'm so grateful. Help, Jesus. Thank you. Amen. And he's still working on me, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. So here's the thing. Hourly calendar, you're going to get it and you're going to use it. You can download the Google Calendar. And I actually like it. If you guys have Apple Watches, because I'm cool, okay? If you have Apple Watches and you're looking for a way to translate your Google Calendar onto your watch, you want to download an app called Fantastical. Fantastical. Make sure I get the Fantastical. Fantastical. That's the name of the app. And it will give you your calendar from Google Calendar on your watch. I am cool. So I love the Google Calendar because my husband has an Android. That made me itch. I'm sorry. My husband has an Android, so he's having our entire relationship. He just won't switch. We're just not going to debate about this today. But it allows us to integrate our calendars so that we're able to be on the same page. So yes, I would suggest like just download it on your spouse or your significant other so that they can know, hey, oh, I have a meeting at this time. Because sometimes meetings will be set and you'll forget about them. I just talked to somebody who didn't know we had a meeting today. It's just like, oh yeah. As soon as I hear about a meeting, I go and I put it in my calendar or it doesn't exist. I stopped doing this a long time ago. I will not set a meeting with you unless I have my calendar. I will not say yes. Stop saying yes when you haven't looked. Always look first before you say yes. And prioritizing your business is important because you're going to start saying yes to other people that don't pay you when you should be saying something that can not only change your life, your family's life, your legacy, everything about life. Say yes to your business, but then also utilize it so that it's beneficial. The time that you're using is beneficial. So organization, and I'm gonna actually walk you guys through my day and my organization, and then you can kind of just pull from it what you think will work for you. But I'm gonna tell you what not to be selective about is the calendar. And I'm telling you, after 7 years, That hourly calendar is a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. Either use the Google Calendar or use a physical calendar. It's a non-negotiable. All right. So after you move on past the calendar, okay, well, no, let's keep going with the calendar. What do I put on the calendar, Rachel? Okay. Yep, you're sure right. You're going to put on there what time you're waking up. What time y'all wake up? Drop in the comments. Ooh, let's have a conversation. So in the boot camp, the launchpad, but the boot camp talk about this, getting up an hour beforehand. Get up an hour before your kids. Get up an hour before your household turns on. Before your household turns on. It is clinically proven that people who get up early than most people have more productive lives. They're actually healthier too. Shout out to my 5 a.m. club. What's up? I started getting up at 5 a.m. just recently. There's a book, it's called 5 a.m. Club. It will change your life. Like, I loved it. I listened to it actually. So you can listen to it on Audible. 5 a.m. Club. So my question to you is, what time do you get up? And then what time does your house normally get up? Because if that's not an hour window, you should probably change it. So if your kids typically, and I have toddlers, so I know that it's not the same every day. But if your kids typically get up around 7, then you need to get up at 6. I would even say 5:30. Set your alarm for 5:30 because then you'll be able to function at 6. Instead of just getting out of the bed at 6 and then you only have 30 minutes. So that's the first thing that you put on your calendar. What time you get up and what time do you go to bed? What time do you shut down for the day? What time does your phone go on do not disturb? Teach you guys right now, Androids, I don't know, somebody will put in the comments. But for iPhone, if you go to settings, everybody do this with me. Go to settings, because if you've already done it, you need to know how to teach it. So go to settings. See, I don't even know how to do it. Click do not disturb. Settings, do not disturb. And you're going to click scheduled. And you're going to create a bedtime. So set your time. So mine is 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. So my phone does not come off do not disturb until 8 a.m. And I click always. Always. I want them to always silence my phone. Because if I'm on do not disturb, I don't want to be disturbed. I want to be responsive, not reactive. So being responsive means that I actually go in to look at the notifications opposed to the notifications alerting me. Okay, so somebody can, the Android has do not disturb. Okay, so if you can just put in the comments the settings, like how you get to it. So settings, and then what do you do to get to it? So you go settings, do not disturb, schedule. Click scheduled on and set the time. Yep. Awesome. So put on your calendar what time you clock out for the day. What time are you done? Now, I suggest, especially in a day, if let's just say you're working a full-time job, you should have your full-time job schedule on there. So even if you have like work from 10 to 12, but you have a break at work from 12 to 1, you could put are you going to work during that time? Are you going to give 30 minutes to that to eat lunch? What time do you eat lunch? Put that down in there. It sounds so tedious, y'all, but it will change your life. I promise you it'll change your life. Now, I am a 32-year-old mom and wife, so my life may look a little different, but I'll write down what's for dinner. And when I do these things consistently, it changes my day. I don't have to worry about what's for dinner. I already know. And on Sundays, which is not my day off, my husband and I, we talk about what we're going to eat for the entire week. So there's no uncertainty. Do you know how much time y'all probably waste trying to figure out what's for dinner. We don't have no time to waste because we're trying to be rich up in these streets, okay? So we need all of our time to go towards changing our life. And if not, it's to rest, okay? To rest my mind altogether, not to be worried about what's for dinner. Okay? So write that down. Are you gonna do you want to watch Netflix? Like did you earn it? Like you watching Netflix today? Put that on your schedule. Date nights, put it on your schedule. Playtime with my kids, put it on your schedule. Do you have, and I'm talking about in terms of organizing your life, do you have, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, oh, can I be honest? What is everybody's color? Because I know y'all went through the launch pad. Drop your primary color, actually drop your top 2 colors. So your primary and then your secondary in the comments. I am red, green. And what we learned this past week on Monday Meetup, if you're not joining us on Thursday nights at 8, tips from the top, sorry. Tips from the top, we learned with Kelsey, it was Tuesday at 8 p.m. Our next one is not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. Go check that calendar out, see, putting it on your hourly calendar. What we learned was that your primary color is your authentic self. Your primary color is who you'd like to be. Your secondary color is who you are under pressure. So I'm red, but when the boo-boo hits the fan, I turn real green and trying to make sure that I understand everything. Can you see that? So somebody may be yellow, blue. You may be really, I just want to help the world. Heal the world. And then when the boo-boo hits the fan, it's like, what's up? Turn up. You just completely just forgot that you wanted to help people. Like, it's just, I don't know. Whatever that looks like for you. Whatever that looks like for you. I'm crazy. Help Jesus. So for me, that just completely just threw me off. Help. I pray to God, bring it back to me. Okay, so when it comes to organization, for me, understanding my color, like I know that I ultimately want to win. And let me tell you guys, it's so important that the reason why we do colors is because if you don't understand yourself, you won't be able to help yourself. If that makes sense. The more you understand about yourself, the more you can put things in place so that you can overcome the things that are going to be barriers. The more you understand yourself, the more you can put systems in place to overcome, to overcome your barriers. So I know I'm red. I know I'm red. I know I'm green. So what systems do I need to put in place in order to be most effective, not just in business? Because I promise you, these colors, you probably see it in your real life. So, see what we got in the room. We had a lot of greens, yellows, blues, yellows, reds, yes. And let me tell you this, your color does not dictate your success. Okay? So just because you may see a lot of reds at the top, the reason you see the reds at the top is because they were willing to continue to push forward regardless of what was coming against them. And so the real question here is, in your yellowness, in your blueness, in your greenness, can you push past what it is that may be blocking you from moving forward? So let's get back to organization. So we're gonna go back to your schedule. So going back to your schedule, write down everything. And it may seem anal, but you're gonna do it anyway. So drop that in the comments, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. Drop it in the comments because I need you to say it. You're gonna say it. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. And just like last week, now I get to come back and say, well, you said you were going to do it anyway. Accountability. All right. What are some habits that I desire for you to start learning right away? If you have not read, there's a great book. I'm going to give you guys some resources. So, and I believe that you can still get this book for free if you go on his website. It's also a podcast. Y'all, it's a podcast, and you can listen to the entire book on his podcast. The entire book on his podcast for free. Y'all see this book? It's not, it's really thick. This changed my life. And, oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. So this is what I was going to say to y'all. It's called High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. And if you have not finished it, finish it. Be a finisher. Listen, be a finisher. This morning in leadership, we talked about Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Ecclesiastes, no, Jesus, 7 and 8. I'm going to read it to y'all. What it says is, in the New Living Translation, it says, finishing is better than starting. Patience is better than pride. Finishing is better than starting. Patience, journal about that one. We ain't gonna talk about that today. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, as a red, and this is something that, if you're red, you'll be able to relate, and I would love to see it in the comments. I resist, so it's really conflicted because I'm red-green, so this really that doesn't make sense. But I resist people controlling me. Big time. Like, big time. Big time. Y'all, I resist controlling myself. Hot mess express, like, for real. So this is something that I have to cast down every single day. I used to be like, I'll use the calendar, but I mean, I just gotta leave it in there, because if I want to flow with the wind, I gotta flow with the wind. Like, stupid. No, Rachel. No, like, ain't no schedule finna control me. Like, what if I wanna go for a walk at that time? Like, I'm gonna go for a walk. Like, straight up crazy. But I'm being honest with y'all. Like, I'm being 100% honest with you, because I don't want you to go down this path. And so I would resist it. I would resist control. What's for dinner? Whatever I make for dinner tonight. I'm gonna go into the cabinet and we finna whip up something. No, I resist being controlled, and I feel like a calendar is controlling me. But because I'm aware of it, I can say, no, that's not going to be a barrier for me. I'm going to overcome that. I do it in my marriage. No, just gotta say something, because I'm red and you're gonna hear me out today. Like, what do you mean? I'm being completely honest with y'all. Is my husband here? He is. He can say amen in the comments. I'm being honest with y'all. So I need you guys, this is a part of understanding, so that you can be like, oh, is that why I do that? That won't stop me, because I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it. So now I'm leaning into it. I lean into my calendar so hard because I know how I am. Blues struggle with organization altogether. You probably need to schedule what day you do laundry. Y'all, I hated the repetitiveness. But I was like, ain't that what people do at jobs? You do the same thing every single day. So why aren't you doing the same thing when it comes to your business? You probably need to schedule, bathroom breaks. You know, back when you was kids, it was like, we go to the bathroom, get up, go to the bathroom at this time, come back. It's all about scheduling the right things into your day. So when you're looking at your organization of your weeks, decide right now, and you can change it. This is the thing. It's not concrete. This is circumstantial. This is something that you're going to figure out, but you have to do it long enough to figure it out. That's the thing. Are you doing it long enough to figure it out? So this week, I want you to decide, how many hours are you going to work this business this week? And when I say work this business, I mean your personal time of sending messages, your personal time of hopping on power hours and trainings, your personal time of personal development. How much time are you willing to give your business this week? So I want you to drop that in the comments. It might be 10 hours. And if you're going to do 10 hours and you know that there's 5 hours of meetings, that means that that 5 hours is a part of your 10 hours. So that means the other 5 hours, you have to implement, okay, so am I going to do a power 30? And which is 30 minutes of focused work, phone on do not disturb to send messages or to get up some new post posts, and then walk away? Because the problem is most people struggle with walking away. You got to clock out. You will become overwhelmed. And I feel you. You be like, this host post just started popping, and host post your butt outside, take a deep breath. And if you're going to come back and do some overtime, make it that you're intentional about it. And what I mean by that is that it's a decision, not something that just happened. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Make sure it's a decision, just not something that just happened. And when you don't walk away, you're not able to look at things with clarity. It just end up happening. Who got, come on. Who, and we ain't even talking about business, okay? Can I just be real? It just happened. No, it didn't. You didn't make an informed decision and you let it happen. And now you're mad because you just spent 24 hours working on your business and your job. I just couldn't, yeah. Mm-hmm. You're in control, y'all. You're in control. Follow that schedule. Because if you put something in, and what I do, let me give you guys a tip. What I'll do is, if I know that I'm impulsive like that, because I am. I will sit in my office and work all day. Like, I will make appointments. So I will make an appointment with someone or something, like somebody who I'm held accountable to, right after a work session, because I don't have a choice. I mean, you got a choice, but I'm not going to not show up for my meeting. So set things with accountability where somebody will be like, okay, where you at? Like, what's up? Because you'll have to be there. So smush them in between. It's good. All right. So when it talks about different habits, I'm going to let you guys, so this is a great book to start with. I really enjoyed Atomic Habits too. So those are 2 books that you should read after GoPro. So if y'all have not read, trying to see if I have my GoPro over there. If you guys have not read GoPro, that is the first book that you read after coming into the business. I see it like this. You just join a network marketing. You cannot join a profession and not know what you're talking about. This gives you a full understanding of what you just said yes to, not our company, but into the world, the profession. It's like becoming a lawyer, thinking that you can become a lawyer without going to law school. You can't. You cannot. My husband always talks about, he read it in a day. He tells everybody that all the time. So it's a very easy read. Very easy read, y'all. Very easy read. This is actually one that I had bought in bulk. You can get this on Kindle. You can listen to it for free. You can read the book. I've been back in reading books. It's big time. So read this first, knock it out, and then move on. And I suggest it. Atomic Habits or High Performance Habits. This might be an easier one to listen to, if I can be honest with you. But you're gonna need to take notes. So don't listen to, because you won't implement it. So even when it comes to coming on meetings like this, are you taking notes? Become a professional note taker. Because statistics say that when you write things down, you retain them. And that's 100% sure, because I don't know about y'all. If y'all went to college, I took notes, and I mean notebooks full of notes, and never studied and passed. Never studied, but I always took notes. And because I took notes, I was able to retain my information in past classes. Okay? Take notes. Every, even if it's a reiteration, take notes. Every training you get on, every event you go to, take notes, you will retain it. Because we retain, I don't know what the number is, come on Greens, you can go look it up, because I'm that kind of person, I told y'all that last week. So, yes, jump into that. So, habits would be next. Some of my favorite habits, like I've been working on this for years, though, okay? For years. But one of my favorite habits, and I'm gonna make y'all laugh in this because I'm just like to make things memorable. One of my favorite habits is making my bed in the morning. You'd be like, Rachel, what does that have to do with my business? A lot. And I remember telling a friend that, and I wasn't saying it to be funny. Like I wasn't even trying to comfort her. I was not. So I'm not trying to comfort you in this moment. But I told her it was pretty trifling if a woman didn't make her bed in the morning. She was like, so I'm trifling? Like, is that what you're trying to say? No, but I was talking about myself, right? Because if I don't make my bed in the morning, that's trifling. Like that, how, even as a single person, like I'm just thinking back when my husband and I were dating, like you come around my bed ain't made, like, and little do you know, a crazy space is a direct representation of your brain. If you keep things unkept in your house, you probably leave things unkept in your mind. There's probably a lot of dust over a lot of stuff in your mind, which is why you feel like you're all over the place all the time and there's no clarity. One of my favorite habits is making my bed in the morning. And I had to get the red in me. I had to get over the fact that, well, if my husband get out the bed and he don't make the bed, you can make the bed too. I'm like, listen, Rachel, get over yourself and make your bed. Like, make your bed, make y'all bed, make it. Just make it. If you see it unkept, fix it. Instead of trying to go figure out how to fix the other person, fix yourself. And what will happen is as you start to instill these habits in yourself, other people will grasp them. Another habit that I have is wearing a watch. And if you realize this about me, you will never see me without a watch on. I mean, now it's an Apple Watch. But I always wore a watch. I remember I told the team, go buy a watch from Walmart. You should not have to look at your phone to check the time. That keeps you bound. Go buy a watch. Anybody else have any other habits that they love? You drop them in the comments. And here's the thing, one habit at a time. One habit at a time. It takes 22 days for something to become a habit. 21 is what they say. I say 22, you got made it to the next day. 66 days for something to become a part of you. That's statistics. Go look it up. 22 days for something to become a habit. And you can break it by not continuing to do it. But after that 66th day of doing it, you'll feel bad because it's not who you are. I make my bed. It's just who I am. Before it was me just trying to figure it out, and I had to tell myself I'm trifling. Now, if you don't make your bed today, you're trifling. Okay. And eventually it just be like, I make my bed. It's just what I do. Yes. Washing the dishes in the morning and night. I remember we had that Monday meetup and we talked about that. Washing your dishes. Now, praise God, I got a husband that washes dishes. Yes. Water. Drinking 8 ounces of water every morning. Yes, you actually should. That's actually a really good habit. You should drink a glass of water every morning before any of your products. Yes, that's good. That's good. Yes. Awesome. So that's habits. And then we're going to move on to systems. Your first introduction to systems in this business is the launch pad. That is the first order of systems. Does the system work? How can you tell if you don't do it? And not pick and choose. This can relate to so many different things, but I want you to relate this to the system of using the products. And your system is only as good as your consistency and people doing it. Do you have a system when you sign a loyal customer? What is the system that you desire to put in place for that? My system is when I sign a loyal customer, I only communicate via email, and I give them the opportunity to communicate with me via text or phone call. So I open up the door, but I don't I open up the door for them to walk through it. So what I say to them, here, I'll send it to Brittany and she can drop it in the comments. So after a loyal customer either signs or I sign them based on the way that we were communicating, this is what I sent to them. It says, thank you for ordering. It says, yay, thank you for ordering with me. And these systems has changed because some of you guys were actually my loyal customer and I wasn't using the same system. So systems do change and they evolve over time. But it says, yay, thank you for ordering with me. I said, I really appreciate your support. If you'd ever like to access your account, visit rachelwhigham.com. An email will be coming to you shortly. Please feel free to call me when your order comes in. Excited for you. And I drop my number. Since most of the loyal customers I sign now are on Facebook. And then from there, I utilize the Connect app, which I haven't sent my Connect messages today. And I actually have an alarm that goes off on my phone every morning at 8:15 that says send your Connect messages. Because I'm not leaving my life up to chance. I am a wife, a mom of 3 boys. I don't leave my workouts out to chance. When I leave my workouts up to chance, I work out sporadically. But when it's on my schedule, I keep my promises to myself. Ooh. That part. Keep your promises to yourself. And if you're struggling to keep the promises to yourself, it may that you've made too many promises. It may be that you've made too many promises. And that it's okay to say no. I tell the team all the time, you are not Shonda Rhimes. This is not year of yes. You need to learn to say no so you can say yes. Learn to say no so you can say yes. Learn to say no so that you can say yes. If you keep saying yes to so many different things, you'll never be able to give a full, resounding yes to anything. Never. Never. For the longest, I only boxed. For those of you guys who don't know, I box. I got these hands. And when we decided we were boxing, my husband and I made a decision that it was only one thing. We were only going to commit to one exercise thing, and that was boxing for us. Now, in the midst of boxing, with the boxing gym that we go through, you do all aspects of working your body. So it wasn't like we didn't have the opportunity to do weightlifting and things like that. It wasn't until I had a resounding yes to boxing that I was able to start working out at my YMCA. Boxing is a part of me. Boxing is my first commitment. Now I can add in something else that will strengthen the boxing. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So I give you guys permission, because let me tell y'all, I did not sign this. I did not say yes to It Works so that I could make millions of dollars. I did not. But what I realized as I came into it, that there was so much opportunity here in changing all aspects of life. So it was like, oh, okay, so even if I am, like, my job doesn't teach me how to be a better mom. My job doesn't teach me how to be a better mom. My job doesn't teach me about stewardship. My job doesn't even teach me that I need to work out and take care of myself. That is one of the things that hooked me. Because I realized that in the process of it being so gracious and merciful, and I still got paid, because you know what? Let's just have a moment of honesty up and through here. Who on here, please be honest, okay? Be honest. I'm probably the only person who should be able to say no to this. Only person. And that's because, anyways. No, actually, I can say yes. I can say yes. It did happen to me. It did happen to me. Who on here has ever received a paycheck for something they did not do? from it works. Who on here got a paycheck and they didn't do it all? Yes. Okay, I better be honest in these streets. Okay. His grace is sufficient. And that's why I love this business. I actually love it on the mentorship side because I get to help people who don't even realize they need to be helped. And let me tell you this right through here. When you receive that paycheck, you tell God, thank you. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't have to show up now. No, it is merely God telling you you're worth it. You can do this. His grace is sufficient for you. And I'm going to use you and bless you regardless of what it is that you're giving me. And so you have to take that moment and take that blessing and say, God, I thank you. God, forgive me for not showing up. Forgive me for not trusting you. And you move forward and you help somebody else. Why do we move loyal customers? Because that is what God will do. God gives, right? And what's so crazy, y'all, I've signed over almost 500 customers. 500 customers. I have 83 underneath me. But this business is so amazing that I get to keep my 5% when I move them. So it's not like I'm not getting paid. They still in my organization. And how encouraging is it that God has given me abundance? That I believe the 500 comes from his abundance. And it's because I'm not stiff-handed. I understand that when I help other people win without connections, that my winning is something that I can't even think or imagine. And so in this moment, as you're going to create your systems, you're going to start one habit. Drop in the comments that one habit that you're going to drop. You're going to start this week. What's one habit? One habit, only one. What's one habit that you're going to start this week? One habit. And then in your organization, like as we're going through this, like one thing I want you guys to realize is that this business is crazy, but the biblical principles that are connected to how our organization, like how the compensation plan is even set up, it's mind-blowing. Because the only way to succeed in this business is to help somebody else. Now the question is, will you help them without strings attached? Because if you'll help them without strings attached, you'll be able to keep going. Ooh, that was good. Only when you help somebody with strings attached, this is including your loyal customers, your distributors, anybody, product cash. When you keep the strings attached, the string is going to keep you in bondage from moving forward. And you're wondering why, okay, I want to keep going. I got 6 customers. Now I'm just at this place. Are there strings attached? Or are you focused forward about where you're going, not where you've been? And that's what we do every day. Even though we sign a loyal customer, that's great. And we have a system in place in order to take care of that loyal customer. But I'm focused forward because there's more people that God desires for me to help. No, I'm not forgetting them because I have systems in place. Thank you, Jesus Connect. And the systems don't use my brain. I just have to do them. And then I get to focus forward. No strings attached. They didn't know the auto ship was going to run. And I think this is the thing. Are you really doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing? Because you'll learn these things. You're not missing anything. I'm telling you. And if there is something missing out of the system, we want to hear about it. Because we want to be better. Because we work smarter, not harder. So, that was good. I'm glad I'm recording this. If I have to go back and watch this myself. Sometimes I be saying stuff and people be like, you said that. I be like, girl, where? That's the Holy Ghost, because I did not. That must have been. I have to go back and rewatch my stuff. I'll be like, what did she say? Okay, come on, Rachel, give me some notes today, because I don't be knowing. It just be God, okay? So, no strings attached. We're going to give. That's what we're here for. We're here to give, and we know where our help comes from. And this is from reading your Bible and having that alone time. And if it's not there yet, just give yourself some grace. It'll happen. One habit. And here's the thing, y'all, because this is something I learned in the 5 a.m. club. When that one habit becomes, when you don't do your one habit, tomorrow you have to get up and do it. You making a mistake or not doing what it is that you're supposed to do is not an excuse to not do it tomorrow. It's not an excuse. Your mistake, you have to give yourself some grace, and tomorrow show up. This is where a lot of people get it twisted when it comes to the gym. Well, I missed 2 days this week. Okay, go tomorrow. Put it on your schedule. You didn't have it scheduled in. And if you put stuff on your schedule and you need accountability, then always include somebody in that event that you're putting on your schedule. So if you have a Power 30, but you're not willing to hold yourself accountable just yet, schedule that Power 30 with somebody on your team. Tell somebody, I'm getting on the 6 a.m. grind tomorrow. Because when you tell somebody, somebody can hold you accountable. But a lot of people ain't saying nothing because you don't want to be held accountable. But do you want to change? Come on, why are you here? We want something different, so we're going to do something different. All right. Well, I'm excited. I'm praying. I know it seems like I don't know. So the biggest thing I want you guys to get out of this, go get your hourly calendar yesterday. Okay? Today, go get your hourly calendar. Download the Google Calendar if you're going to use it. Fantastical will translate your Google Calendar to your Apple Watch. I don't know about the Android watch. Y'all have to tell us. And I don't be shady. Like, I need somebody who's proficient in Android. Like, I'm serious. I really do. We need somebody on this team who is rocking the Android. So if that's you, rock it. Like, rock the Android. Like, do it all so we can have that other avenue, because I'm committed to holding down the Apple squad. So go get your calendar. Start using your calendar. Finish your launch pad. Actually do the things in the launch pad. Go through the extra sauce. Oh my goodness. Most of the things y'all got questions about are in the extra sauce. Go do the extra sauce. Where's the extra sauce? Well, I mean, if you keep going in your days, you will get there. I promise. I promise you'll get there. You'll find it. And then also start with that one habit that you said that you were going to start on. Start with that one habit. The one habit. That one habit. I'm excited to hear about it next week. But I'm just going to pray over us real quick, and we're going to hop off of here. If you have any further questions, get back to your enroller, your sponsor. They're going to answer all of your questions. I'm so excited. And don't not ask your questions, because pride comes before the fall. And a lot of times we're going to realize that that's pride, not being willing to ask for help. It's pride. And so we cast down that spirit of pride right now in the name of Jesus. So just be mindful of that. And then Ecclesiastes 7 and 8, I'm excited. Meditate on that. Maybe journal about that a little later. So I'm going to pray. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we're just grateful for you. We're grateful for you being our God. We're grateful for your presence. We're grateful for your love. We're grateful for your mercy. We're so grateful that you always look so high. I mean, you always sit so high. Never, always sovereign, but always looking so low. No matter how low we get, you're always there. And so, God, we just thank you for being that for us. We're grateful for you being that in our lives. God, I'm just praying over each individual that's gotten on this call today. Just praying that you just uplift their hearts and minds, and that there was something that I said today that just penetrated them in a place where they truly desire to push forward. They truly desire to do more and be more, because you designed them for that. You created them for such a time as this. You put them in this position for a reason. There is no mistake that they ended up on this team at this time. There is no mistake that they're on this call at this time. There's something that you desire to do through them, but it starts with them. And so, God, give them the strength to do what it is that you designed for them to do. God, the organization, we just call it in alignment right now, God, that they begin to say no to the things that they need to, so that they can say yes forever. Because you desire for us to be able to say yes. Yes to the life that you designed for us. Yes to no debt. Yes to freedom, God. Yes to being able to give with no limits, God. Being able to build your kingdom, God. You desire so much more for us. So, God, forgive us for minimizing what you desire to do through our lives, God. I'm just praying for identities in this moment, that we are okay with who you designed for us to be. God, help people reclaim who it is that you designed for them to be, and be okay with fine-tuning the version of them that you desired for them. So, God, we just praise you in advance. We praise you in advance for the reigning of loyal customers, the reigning of business partners, because they just have to bring somebody with them to be a part of something so amazing. Oh, Jesus, so amazing in this season. And so, God, we just love you so much for being our God. And we praise you in advance for the wins. We praise you in advance for the promotions. We praise you in advance for all the people who are getting their $15,000 bonus. They're not going to just look at it and say, I can't do that, but they're going to say, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And so, God, I'm just decreeing and declaring that there will be raining of promotions and bonuses like never before. So we just love you, and we honor you, and we adore you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.